rate. So where we are is the Marwari University homepage. And the topmost box you see is the summary tab. The summary tab shows you high level metrics, which helps you assess the overall health of the portal with a single glance. If we hover over these question marks, you get a definition of what really these points are. So going over it, enrollments are the number of courses that all learners in the organization have enrolled in. That is the total number of enrollments, total number of courses that students have enrolled in. Learning hours are the total number of hours students have spent progressing through courses. Lessons taken. So what is a lesson? We have got basically our content of courses are broken down into modules, and each module has got a lesson with an objective. And lesson ke andar we have got smaller elements jaise ki videos, readings, assignments. So this is just an overview of the number of lessons which showcases the kind of activity that is happening on the portal. And in the extreme right, we have the average course rating. For this, we have a separate report, which is in the analytics section we'll touch upon. But in essence, what this provides to you is that after students take a course, we ask them, how would you rate this course out of 5? So they give a rating, a star rating. And this box provides that cumulative rating, that cumulative star rating across all the courses that students have taken to date. So you get a sense of how are the courses landing, what is the feedback that students are giving to all the courses in the portal. The next section you see below this is the overview section. And this is like a funnel typically. Abhi, this is not populated because we haven't gone live, we don't have data in it. But in essence, it provides to you a sense of the number of students who have been invited. Of the people who have been invited, how many have actually joined? What that means is that we get an invitation such as this as a student. I would just request everyone to stay as much on mute as possible. Yes. So coming back, so this is an invitation which goes out to the learner. When the learner or student clicks on this option to join now, then they get redirected to the program page. And when they click on join, then they they get enrolled, not enrolled, they join the program. So coming to the portal over here, you see the number of learners you have invited. How many of those have actually accepted the invitation to join the program? And after that, when they're on this page and they go ahead and enroll in the course, how many have actually enrolled in a course? So you get to see this entire flow. When this data gets populated, it will look something like this funnel. So आप देख पाएंगे कि how is it that the licenses are being occupied, are students really joining? If they've joined, have they actually gone ahead and enrolled in courses? Here you can nudge them to send them reminders to join or reminders to enroll. We've given these functions only to make it easy for the admins so that conveniently they can go ahead and interact and nudge. We'll also look at what these reminders look like as we progress. What you see below are, in this particular organization, Marwari University, what are the various programs that exist. If agar aap program admin hai, that is if you're only associated with, say, chemical engineering, then you will only see a chemical engineering program. You will not necessarily see chemistry or computer engineering. That's for your own convenience as well. But in case you're an organization level administrator, then you will see what I'm seeing. That is, you'll be able to see every program that exists. And what is a program? To answer that question, so a program is just a shell that offers a customized learning experience to a group of users who have similar needs. So of course, students who are taking a chemistry, who are in the chemistry program will have different courses than students who will be in the civil engineering program. So like this, we've got various programs that exist. These can also be broken down by year. So it can be, civil engineering year one, civil engineering year two, civil engineering year three. So like this, we've got programs. For today's training, I've created a dummy program because we haven't gone live, so all functions are not yet available in the others. But this one I've activated for today as a dummy. And on this particular course card, you can see who would be the total number of learners invited, joined, and enrolled as well. So I'm going to get into a program right now to show you what it looks from the inside and how you would be managing your own individual programs as faculty members. So when you click into the program, then you again get that same funnel that we saw on the home page. For your program specifically, what were the number of invitations sent, how many students joined and enrolled, and you can also send them these reminders to join as well as to enroll. So this is exactly the same thing, but only for your specific program. Now we're going to move over to how you can manage your students. By that, I mean how you can invite them, see how is it that they're doing within this particular UI, this platform. How is it that you can add courses and see what that will look like from a student's perspective. We'll also look at program settings for your program, and we'll come back later when we touch upon reporting to what we call grade books, where you can see progress. So I'm moving now over to just going back to our agenda. We've seen the homepage overview. Now we are moving to see how is it that we invite and manage students for your particular programs in the Manage Learners tab. If there are any important questions that you might have, please feel free to raise your hand or to even enter in the chat, and I'll be happy to stop and answer them as well in case there's something that you want to ask immediately. All right. So this is a Manage Learners tab, and here you can see how many, we've got various statuses basis which you can see activity that might exist. So in case I have invited students and they have not joined this program, I can click on this and I can see the list of students who might have been invited but not joined the program. Similarly, you can see the students who have joined but do not have enrollments, who have not gone ahead and enrolled in a course, students who might have enrolled in the course but have not completed it. So students who have been active for the last 30, inactive for 30 days, so on and so forth. So you have all these statuses, and when you choose them, the data will get loaded here. You can also search by name over here for the particular student. But let's go back. Let's start with how is it that you can actually invite learners so that you can see all this data over here. So what we have done at Coursera is that we have broken down this process of inviting learners into two parts. One is adding the learner to this portal, and the second is actually sending out this invitation. And why we do that is that you can decide ki abhi I want to add my entire list of students, but I want to invite them only when the semester starts. Because otherwise they'll get, access, and I don't want them necessarily to start. So we just want to add them here. Why do you need to add them here? Because till the time you don't add a student to the portal, the student will not get, you cannot invite, the student will not be able to access the program. So adding the student is very important. So let's see how is it that you can go through this. All right. Yes, I'm guessing this might be a little better. Okay. So now we can see how to invite students. So I have two options. One is to invite a single student. I can also bulk invite students. So if I say invite a learner, I will just go ahead and add the learner's, the student's name and email ID. External ID is optional. It's not necessarily used. It's used by organizations which might have employee IDs. So you can ignore this. It's optional. So when I say continue, then I get this option, should we send an invitation to the learner now or not? So if I let this option stay ticked and I say send invitation, then this kind of invitation is, the student receives this kind of invitation. In case I uncheck this option, then what happens is the student is simply added right now to the portal. That's about it. They haven't been sent the invitation. If I also want to invite, so this is one. Tomorrow I can also invite, once I've added the student and not sent the invitation, we have got a separate link in the program settings, which is this program URL. So if I have added somebody here, but not sent them the invitation, even if I share this link with them, they will be able to access it. So a lot of people, a lot of organizations prefer that we want to send an internal email to invite the students. We don't want you to send the invitation. So for that reason, when you add the learner, you can simply add them, and then you can later on, even your own self send out an email, add this particular URL in your email, and whoever's been added here, when they click on that URL, they will be able to land on this page. Now there is also the option, we saw how to add and invite an individual student, but for convenience, we also have bulk invitations. So आपको बस ये डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा CSV template, and इस template में हमारे पास same field है, the name and the email. Once you populate that in the template and you upload it, then the same pop-up will show up where you want to send an invitation now or later, and the learners, students will be added to your portal. So that's very simple.
Yeah, actually, there's a question from Meenakshi ma'am. I see a hand raised. Meenakshi ma'am, would you like to unmute and ask your question?
Yes, sure. Actually, I have joined the link, but I am unable to see this manage learner. I am not finding it. After program, catalog, grade book, skill sets.
Yes, yes. Meenakshi ma'am, that's because the program hasn't launched yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is why I'm using this as a dummy. So abhi aapke paas koi function nahi hai. Once the program gets activated, which is tomorrow, is when you will have access to all functionalities.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. So this was the process of inviting your students. Now you can see information about students. Okay, you can also, just completing the part of inviting students, you can also edit the invitation message and customize it a bit. So this is a typical normal message which will go out, a standard message which will go out. But in case आपको कोई messaging डालनी है, say let's say join the program, or rather enroll in courses from 12th of October, and you want to add any kind of message over here for your students, then you can save this. And when you do that, there's a minimum limit here. That's why it's not populating, but you can preview how this will look. So aapka jo customized message hoga, that will show underneath this. So you can do that. So this is again, please note, it's a part of the invitation message. All right. So this was very simple when it comes to inviting learners. Now, on top of that, ये जो सारे fields हैं यहाँ पे, you can go ahead and add more columns as well. You want to see when were they last active, when did they join, what are the current enrollments, that is the name of the programs they have enrolled in, courses they've enrolled in. This all you can check. And when you check it, then you know the यहाँ पे it'll show up, and when you scroll to the right, you'll have this data also available. Further, you can also add, I mean, it's not relevant, so I'll skip one thing, but you can also filter. This is also not relevant for us right now, so we'll make it simple right now. All right. So this was the process of inviting and adding columns. You can also go ahead and check agar you want to send a message to all the students who have been invited but not joined the program. We have this function, and I'm going to get into this right now. Agar aapko data download karna hai CSV file mein for any reason, you can download this as a CSV. We also have got in our reports, we have this data also available, but for any reason aapko particular students ke bare mein kuch download karna ho, aap kar sakte ho. And we have this option of remove invitations, but once a learner joins the program, then basically यहाँ पे आपका remove learner आ जाएगा instead of invitation. Now, if you remove a student, please note, if you remove a student before 14 days, after, say, आपने student को invitation भेज दिया है, and it's been 14 days, the student goes ahead and enrolls in the course. Once the student enrolls in the course, basically goes onto this program page and clicks on any of these programs over here, then what will happen is that, and they enroll in a course, and then you remove them, आपका एक license utilize हो जाएगा. So please use this function of removing learners very mindfully, is what I wanted to request. I will also be clarifying this process of removing learners with Professor Tapan after this meeting. So you will get some kind of messaging regarding this, so that there is complete clarity from your end. See what will be the repercussions if you remove a learner after 14 days of enrollment, and before 14 days of enrollment, and in case they do not enroll, then what will be the situation. Please look forward to some messaging regarding that from our end. Now with this said, we move to the next, which is the catalog tab. So in the catalog tab is where you can go ahead and create what you can add content, which is यहाँ पे आप अपनी courses add कर सकते हैं. तो for example, हमारा अगर program है right now, it's the Milap admin training, and मुझे content add करना है अपनी students के लिए, then I will create what we call collections. Now, what is a collection? A collection in essence is just a thematic group of course recommendations that you're providing to your students. Aapka collection can be broken down by semester. It can be semester 1 ke courses, semester 2 ke courses, 3 ke courses. It can be broken down by topic. In case there's a specific topic on algorithms, on machine learning, you can have a different collection for each. So let's see what that looks like. If I create a collection, and it is say semester 1. Semester 1 के मुझे सिर्फ courses डालने हैं, so I'll go ahead and click on create collection. ये collection आ गई है. Then I can go ahead and say add content. मुझे इसमें courses डालनी है अब. So when I click on add content, I can search for content in Coursera's entire open catalog. So I say click on machine learning. When I'm here, I can use various filters to sift for courses. I can click on this in order to read up a little bit about the course and say I like this, I've selected it. And for the rest, I can look from the top only. मुझे ये भी अच्छा लग गया. I think this is more relevant. And say I've chosen these. I go ahead and click on continue. When I click on continue, I see that for this collection, I have for semester 1 picked out these courses and I say confirm. So there I get to see कि मेरे 3 courses आ गए हैं यहाँ पे. And similarly, I can go ahead and create semester, 2, and I will be able to do the same process again. If I want to change the order in which it appears to students, I can use this scroller here and move it up and down. Within the semesters itself also, I can just change the order in which these appear to students. Now, if I want to remove a course, I can go ahead and remove the course. You have the option of seeing the grades by courses in what we call grade books, which I'll get into. पर अगर आपको पूरा एक सेमेस्टर के ग्रेड्स देखने हैं तो आप यहाँ पे ग्रेड बुक एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, डाउनलोड हो जाएगा, पूरा सेमेस्टर के आपके ग्रेड्स मिलेंगे आपके स्टूडेंट्स के पूरे सेमेस्टर के ग्रेड्स होंगे. At a course level also you can see it. If you want to see what this looks like for the student, ऊपर we have view program as a learner. You click on it. And over here, semester 1 will show up. Similarly, semester 2 will also show up. We don't have data in it, so it's not showing. So semester 1 and 2. And it's very easy. आप order बदल देंगे तो the order in which the courses are showing right now will also switch. So ये हमारा catalog tab है. It's very simple. After this, I'm going to move over to what we call the program settings. Program settings is basically the name of your program. If I want to change this to, admin training September 2021. So when I land on this, when I refresh the page, that will be the name of the program. If I want to add a different tagline, आपको banner image बदलना है, आप यहाँ पे replace कर सकते हैं. Now, one thing which is very important, and ये मैंने आपके सारे programs में डाल रखा है, which is the course enrollment limit. What this means is कि as of today, if you have been granted a license, basically, each student who you give that license to can enroll in a maximum of 4 courses throughout this duration of 1 year, at most 4. From here, you control that. You can say that, say for 6 months, I only want students to enroll in maximum 2 courses. So when you add this function over here, then basically when students go ahead and sign up on a course, they will see a box which shows up, which shows now that you have enrolled in this, you have 1 more enrollment left. So that way you are able to control the number of enrollments that students have. And just to show you that, how we've included this particular aspect in your current programs. So if I go to the chemical engineering program, in the chemical engineering program, I have gone ahead and added content which Professor Tapan has provided for semester 3 and 6 using collections. And over here in the program settings tab, I have already put a limit of 2 courses. That means no student can enroll in more than 2 courses, and max limit आपका 4 है इसमें, which is per the license model that we are using for the 2000 student licenses that we have taken. So this is just an example of how this would really appear from the back end once there is content and the limits that you can apply to a maximum of 4 per student. So with that in mind, I'm going to move back to go back into this particular shell over here and come to what we call, come back into manage learners. and talk a little bit about messaging now. So messaging का function ये है कि if you are wanting to nudge any one student or multiple students based on their statuses, you can click on this option over here, which is send message. When you click on send message, automatically our platform has picked up all the 4 individuals who have been invited but not joined the program. And it is already fed in a customized message for you, a templated message for you, which you send out to your students. आप इसे modify भी कर सकते हैं, जैसे भी आपको language बदलना है बदल सकते हैं. It will just pick up the name of the student by default. If you want to change they'll get an option to join the program. If you want to edit this and say join now, आप इसे edit भी कर सकते हैं. By default, it will pick up your name. क्योंकि आप admin होंगे, आपका नाम automatically यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. If you want to change this name, if I want to send this out from Professor Tapan's side, then I can add Professor Tapan here. And as of today, all the messages and invitations that go out from the portal go out with the alias, which is a no reply. Student cannot reply back to these. But in case you want to turn this on and make it interactive, you can turn this on and it will automatically pick up your email address, the one with which you've been added as an admin to the portal. It will pick this up automatically. And you can preview how this message will also look like. So this is what it will look like. Your invitation is here. It's coming from Professor Tapan and hi XYZ student ka naam and join your program now. So you'll agree to these terms and it will automatically send this invitation to those students. Similarly, we have got just like these various templates for all these active statuses so that it is easy for you to interact with students while managing them as an administrator. So this is the function of messaging learners. Now, please note that in the program settings, you have this option to remove a program. If you decide to remove the program, you cannot get it back. So please do not remove a program. Sarah, everything will disappear. So please exercise this with caution. It's in red for that very reason. With that in mind, Abhi, we looked at messaging learners from within a program. Now I'm going to move over to messaging this tab on the top right corner, which is general messages. So there are some automated messages that go out from the portal to students and learners irrespective. Why? So that it is easy again for you. You don't have to all the time nudge them. So if we automatically send out, a reminder to students to join the program 1 week and 2 weeks after the invitation was sent out. Similarly, when they complete a program, we send a congratulatory message. So this schedule is automated and it's visible to you here when you go to the messages tab. You get to see which are the messages that have been sent by clicking on sent messages. Now, over and above this, the messages tab generally on the top right corner is best for organization level administrators. Basically, अगर आपके पास एक से ज़्यादा program है जो आप manage कर रहे हैं, then this is a very convenient tab for you. Why? Because you can send messages across programs. So if you go to create message, those 6 activity statuses, those few statuses will show up over here. Remind people to join the program, remind those who have enrolled, remind them to enroll in a course. Same statuses are here. But you get to really send these messages out by choosing even a program. So agar aapke paas multiple programs hai, you're taking care of civil engineering as well as computer engineering and electrical engineering, or you are looking at all, then you will just click these particular programs, and then you will, all students who are in these programs and fall under these categories will get the message. So this is convenience in case you're managing more than one program. Also, in case you're managing only one program, you can still use this to send a custom message. Say aapke learners in May, you don't want to necessarily only message individuals who fall in these statuses. You will just say, write and send a custom message. And any student who has basically been, any student who has joined the program will get this message from you. As long as the student has joined and you write this custom message, it can be anything. It can be, Happy Independence Day also. This message will go out to them. Everything else is the same. You can put the details, preview the message. So this is the messaging tab on the top right corner. We have next what we call the users tab. Ab users tab mein we have two types of users. Just coming back here. So we have seen the home page. We've seen how to invite and manage learners. We've seen how to add content, that is courses, create collections. We've seen how you can message, and now we're on users, after which we'll move over to reporting. So in the users tab, there are two types of users who exist on our platform. One are the administrators, which is all of you. And the next are the students, which are the learners, basically. So in administrators, we've got the following individuals who have been added as organization level administrators. So these individuals can access programs across the entire, all the programs that exist, and see how is it that they are performing. Only an organization level administrator can add an organization level administrator. Then we have got program level administrators, which is for all requisite faculty for their convenience. They've been added only to the programs that they will be monitoring as of now. So a program, so it's very simple. You go ahead and click on add. You enter the name of the admin, and they will get an invitation email. When they get that email, they need to accept it. If they do not accept the invitation, they will not be able to join the platform. So please go ahead and accept it. If you do not have a Coursera account, आपको पहली बार एक शायद account बनाना पड़े, just so that you can access our portal. For these reasons, but it'll be very easy. It's like general logging in, general signing up, nothing unusual. So these were the administrators. Then we have got the learners. Learners are your students, and same thing that we've got that you can manage your learners within the program, and you can manage them from this top right corner. This is again created for the convenience of individuals who have more than one program. If you want to see their statuses, etc., you will be able to do that across programs. आप filter में फिर से जाके choose कर लेंगे कि कौन सा program है. You can also, look जब enrollments courses में students enroll, you will also be able to see that over here. If अगर आप एक ही course के सारे स्टूडेंट्स को ढूंढना चाह रहे हैं, आप यहाँ से भी देख पाएंगे that function, but everything else will stay the same. So if I look at people who have been invited but not joined, the same data will populate for me, but I'll see the name of the program as well over here. Which program is this person associated with in specific? So with that, we have just finished our first section of the training, which is the admin portal function. And now we will move over to reporting, which I think would be of most interest to faculty. So for the reporting, when you are at the home page, we've got this option over here called email usage reports. So when you click on this option, you can choose कि आप कौन से programs के लिए अपने आप को report भेजना चाह रहे हैं. एंड यू कैन चूज कौन से डेट रेंज के लिए भी. इट कैन बी ऑल टाइम, या अगर आप सेमेस्टर चूज करें स्पेसिफिकली आप वहाँ पे एंटर कर सकते हैं. एंड व्हेन यू चूज दैट, then towards the end you will get this option to send or export it. Then in your email it will take about 15 to 20 minutes. आपका जो एडमिन ईमेल है उस पे आपको ये रिपोर्ट मिल जाएगी in the form of an email ad, in the form of a CSV file which you will simply have to download, and we'll see what that file looks like. Just want to call out कि आप इन्हें schedule भी कर सकते हैं. If you want to schedule कि हर मंडे मुझे ये रिपोर्ट मिल जाए, आप वो भी कर सकते हैं. पर the only caveat is कि everybody who is basically an admin in that program will get that report. So in case there are two program level admins for this particular program, they both will get that report on the day that you have chosen. Now to show you what that report looks like, so there are three types of reports that exist. We have the membership report, usage report, and specialization report. Specialization report is not of any consequence आपके लिए क्योंकि we are not really using specializations per se. So I'm going to stick to membership and usage report for today's session. Having said that, you can always go ahead and read up about it once we give you resources. There's enough data. So the membership report is at a student level. ये आपको बताएगा कि what is the name of the student, what is the email, what are the programs that student is enrolled in or invited to. In that particular program, say if it is civil engineering program, usme what are the total number of courses the student has enrolled in, how many has the student completed, member status, which I'll come back to. When were they, when did we send them the invitation? When did they actually accept the invitation to join the program? And इनका last activity time क्या था? ये सब data आप देख पाएंगे. अब ये जो है member status, इसमें हमारे पास ये बहुत 3 types of members statuses. अगर आपने एक स्टूडेंट को सिर्फ इनवाइट किया है और स्टूडेंट ने वो बटन पे अभी क्लिक नहीं किया है which says join program, then the student has just been invited right now. तो ये invited दिखाएगा. The minute the student clicks on join, the student will become a member. So that is member of the program. अगर आपने स्टूडेंट को डिलीट कर दिया है, then you will also be able to see the status of the student as a deleted member. So this is the membership report that exists. The next is the usage report. The usage report is more detailed. It exists at a course level. So student 1 could have enrolled in 5 different courses, 6 different courses. आप देख पाएंगे कोर्स लेवल पे क्या एक्टिविटी हो रही है. So इसमें, for example, you will be able to see when did they enroll in it, when did they enroll in this course, when did they actually start engaging with the course, when were they last active, इनका overall progress क्या हुआ है course में percentage terms में, what are the estimated number of hours they have put in, whether they have completed the course or not, removed from the program, इनका completion time कब था, when did they complete the course grade क्या था, what was their final course grade, as well as what if they completed. तो यहाँ पे इनका certificate URL भी होगा, आप इस पे click करेंगे, then you will be able to see the certificate which each student gets after they finish the course on Coursera. अब ये जो है enrollment source, what is this? हमने देखा था in the beginning कि हमने collections बनाई थी, semester 1, semester 2, so on and so forth. अगर student ने जाके enroll किया कोर्स में basis collection, उस collection का नाम आ जाएगा, semester 1 आ जाएगा, semester 2 आ जाएगा. Having said that, if a student goes and searches for a program, then a course themselves, which can happen, while we have disabled this function overall, आपके सारे programs में ये search bar नहीं दिखेगा आपको, so that we don't want students to be able to filter. I mean, this menu will not be there. But if they go ahead here and they search for a course, then they can look at courses outside of this and also enroll in it. So अगर उन्होंने वो कर दिया, which we will of course, I believe आप सब messaging भेजेंगे to only stick to courses here. But अगर वो हो गया, if they've gone and done that, then this in the grade book, I mean in the usage report, this will be empty. So that means उन्होंने खुद जाके वो course को search किया था. Otherwise, you will see the name of the semester here. So this is the membership report and the usage report. It's again very basic. I'll move over to the next, which is a more granular level of reporting, which you would be interested in, which is your grade book. So आपका जो grade book होता है, that exists at an entire program level. So if you are in a program, आप इस पूरे program का grade book देख सकते हैं, पूरे chemical engineering का grade book, पर इसमें data बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. So if you click into it and then you get into the catalog tab and you want to see कि अभी मुझे सिर्फ एक semester, पूरे semester के grades देखने, then you can export it at a semester level or at a course level, like I mentioned. Now to see what it looks like, यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं example of a program level grade book. So यहाँ पे से it will be chemical engineering, आपके semester का नाम आ जाएगा, collection जो है semester 1, 2, so on and so forth. And यहाँ पे आपके students के name, the name will show along with the course name. अब course के अंदर we've got, like I mentioned, modules. Module has got a lesson and each lesson might have its own items. By item, we mean all the assessments that students take. That's why this is a grade book. तो आप देख सकते हैं कि इसका order क्या है. So is, for example, in this case, in this module welcome, there is a lesson on frameworks quiz. इसमें there is a quiz called S-Frames. And it's the first quiz that exists in this particular module. The first time you can see the student attempted and got a 55% and did not pass. Every course has its own threshold. Generally, it's 80%. So a student ko 55% mile the, did not pass. The student took the attempt a second time, got 100%. And the student passed. So you can see that. You can see the number of attempts here. This was attempt number 1, this was attempt number 2, did the student pass? The idea here is अगर आपको कल decide करना है कि हमें सिर्फ आपका first attempt ही लेना है, then you can check this out over here. So that is the level of granularity that we offer in terms of the grade book. Now grade book आपका एक तो reporting format में है. Now we have got a special kind of grade book, which is the online grade book. This is very recent, Matab. It's only been a month since we have launched this feature. It's absolutely new. So I'll take you through the grade book feature as well, which exists now in the UI. So isme what we do is that we have 2 sections over here. What are the most popular courses by enrollments in your program? They will show up on the left, the top 5 most popular, and the most recent one जो आपने शायद देखा हो. So if I click into the name of the course, I have the online grade book available to me. Here I can see what are, I can first actually, let me start by saying कि यहाँ से आप फिर से you can change it very conveniently to a different course. आप अपना period भी choose कर सकते हैं. You want to see this grade book all time, or you can, kind of again choose a date which is for a semester of choice, period of choice. After that, you can go and see these statistics, see how many learners have enrolled in this course. Learners at risk. What is a learner at risk? In case a student has been inactive for the last 30 days or has failed an assignment, then the person will show up as risk. और यहाँ पे ये red flag आ जाएगा. So when you see a red flag, it means these are the students at risk. You get to see how many of them have completed, what are the average number of hours been spent in this particular course across students, what is the average course grade. These three statuses over here are also filtered easily from here. So if I say learners who have completed this course, I'll get the list. And you can go ahead and see details also here. So if I go ahead and see details and I want to see, so there's a student basically called Jason in this particular organization. उसे कितना मिला in AI for everyone? When did he enroll? When was he active? Progress क्या था? Hours? अगर इसने कंप्लीट कर लिया, आप इसका सर्टिफिकेट भी देख पाएंगे. ठीक, ये है जेसन सर्टिफिकेट. What are the quizzes that he's taken? What has been the weightage of that quiz? What is his grade? Did he pass it or not? Any flags? And for Jason, if he, अभी तो आप AI for everyone देख रहे हैं. अगर आप Jason के ही अलग programs, courses देखना चाह रहे हैं, you can see the details here. So he's also enrolled in these other programs. What is the overall view of his performance? So, and most interestingly, you can send Jason also a message. So in case I am going to flag, you know, I look for learners with flags, I can message them. Once I click here, I go into the details and I can message them because they have a red flag. So this is online gradebook as well. Latest feature that we have in our platform. So we have completed the admin portal functions and reporting. Now we've got the analytics section, which is very exciting again. And we've got, of course, time for some Q&A. I'll go through this a little fast. I can leave some time for question and answers. Excuse me. Before I move to the analytics section, I just want to call out one thing. Every organization level administrator can go to the settings tab. And यहाँ पे आप जाके basically you can go ahead and change the name of your organization. You can add your logos. This is a default banner we have put irrespective, which will be in every program per se. And you can go ahead and enter your schedule यहाँ पे. These सारे programs, how often do you want to get the usage report? So this is at the organization level setting. As an organization, as an administrator across programs, we've got centers. One is the org level help center. इस help center में आप जाके सारे articles search कर सकते हैं about particularly, you know, any topic where you might have you might have questions. So आप यहाँ पे जाके search कर सकते हैं. This is just taking a minute to load, but you will be able to go ahead and search for any questions regarding the portal, so on and so forth. We have got a special help center for learners. When they're invited, learners will be able to go ahead and, you know, their questions for them. Once a learner enrolls, joins the program, we've got 24-hour chat support for them. Unhe koi bhi problem hoye, we've got 24-hour chat support and they'll respond to students as well. So that is just for everyone's convenience. I wanted to call this out. Moving forward, now I'm going to show to you what we call the analytics section. In the analytics section, typically this data is something that should be for the analytics section to show up. जो आप देख नहीं पाएंगे अभी अपनी portal में. We need data and activity. So I'm going to be showing you one from a different organization, which has got populated data कि आप देख पाए इसमें होता क्या है. So when we had started off, I had mentioned to you that we have got in the homepage the star rating, right? So इसका जो dashboard है ये यहाँ पे है in the analytics section. It comes under what we call learner feedback. So we'll just see what learner feedback looks like. So learner feedback, like I mentioned, when a student completes a course, they get a pop-up and they're asked कि आप इस course का इसे आप star rating दे दीजिए. What is your star rating? They also have the option to optionally enter a qualitative remark. So यहाँ पे आप देख पाएंगे what for this organization is the overall rating that students have provided to the courses that they've been given. Here is the rating, which is a cumulative average. It's a cumulative of all the courses. And at the same time, आप देख पाएंगे यहाँ पे which is the course, what is any feedback that students might have shared qualitatively. The idea behind this being, agar you find that there is a very good course, you can talk about it specifically. You can see why is it a good course or not. All that data is available to you in the learner feedback. There is also what we call, which is not visible here because this is a dummy portal, but you will also have a utilization report यहाँ पे. This utilization report is going to tell you कि आपके जो contract है और licenses है उसका क्या status है. So आप देख पाएंगे, and I'm showing you an example over here. You will have two of these showing up because हमारे Marwari University portal में we have used both the license model as well as enrollment. Licenses are for our faculty members and unlimited guided projects. So आप देख पाएंगे कि what are the total how much has the contract been utilized. You'll be able to choose the contract and the program. You see how many licenses have been utilized as a percentage, how many invitations have been sent. This will just keep you informed. And similarly, for the 2000 students, the 2000 licenses, you will be able to see the entire utilization at a program level as well as across all programs. It's for your convenience. You can keep a tab on how many licenses are left and occupied. So that is the utilization tab. It's dashboard is very basic. When you read it, you'll be able to make sense of it. It's just graphs which accurately display the status of your contract. Moving forward, I'm coming to the learner activity. Now, learner activity dashboard basically आपको बताता है कि आपके organization में enrollment and completion trends क्या हैं. And इसमें आप देख पाएंगे data at a program level or across programs, and you can also choose the date range. So over here, we can see basically what are the total number of active learners in my organization for the date range chosen. What are the average days they are active for? यहाँ पे definition भी दी गई है कि your learners are tagged active on every day that they make progress in a course. यहाँ पे आप देख पाते हैं कि what is the trend week on week. So by week, literally you can see अभी how many active learners do I have, and on an average across the duration of this particular contract, how many average number of active learners have I had. Similarly, you can see that week on week breakdown, that is the average number of days they are active for per week and the average days across the entire duration. As you scroll down further, आप देख पाएंगे हर course के लिए when was the first enrollment, what was the most recent enrollment, total number of enrollments क्या है, what are active enrollments. You can also see the total number of completions that have taken place for that course and the percentage. So ये सब data है. Thereafter, we can get into finer details in the enrollment and completion sections of this dashboard. So enrollment sections में आप देख पाएंगे यहाँ पे the overview of enrollment statistics in your organization. Basically, it will show to you, it takes a little bit to load because it's quite heavy. This has got a lot of learners in it. पर आप देख पाएंगे what are the enrollment statistics, that is the total number of new learners who have enrolled, total number of enrollments for new learners and from existing learners. So a learner is called a new learner if they have enrolled in the first week of enrollment. By that, agar I enroll today, then 1 week from now, I will automatically move into an existing learner. But for this 1 week, I will be a new learner. So you can see the graph of new versus existing learners. You can see the enrollments per learner. That is how many learners have enrolled in no course till now. how many, and this is the percentage breakdown. This is the percentage of the same number, and this is the percentage. You can see how many have enrolled in one course, two courses, more than 4 courses. This is data. जो हमने previously देखा था वही graph आपको मिलेगी from the learner activity dashboard, but this is sorted by enrollments. Completions, again, it's all very intuitive. आप देख पाएंगे that for the program, all programs or the program you have chosen, how many learners have completed 0 courses, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll have the name of the programs here listed. यहाँ पे weekly completions का हमारे पास graph है. Weekly enrollments reaching 80% progress. They've almost completed. Again, that breakdown and the share in percentage terms by courses completed. And you have that same table here, but this is this time sorted by completions. So again, this is very basic and intuitive. When you are on it, you will immediately pick it up. I know we have about 12 minutes left, so I'll just spend a brief 5 minutes on what is a very ahead of its curve dashboard, which is our skills development dashboard. Ab iska use, this is very a very exciting and rich dashboard, so I'll only be able to touch on a few aspects of it. Dusra information, you can always spend time on this and you'll enjoy it. But let me tell you what this is. This is used to understand कि when आप जो भी courses अपने students को बता रहे हैं करने के लिए, what are the skills that the students are developing with those courses? This might be very beneficial for them when they are looking at employability tomorrow. And when you talk about, you know, Marwari University, आप बता पाएंगे कि we are actively building these kind of skills even to the parents. So this is a dashboard. Basically, I'll zoom out and give you some context. So हम Coursera पे we've been collecting data since 2012 about what skills learners are developing and how. For every course that a learner takes, we ask the learner ki what are the skills you have developed in this particular course. We collect that data. Similarly, we've got machine learning, NLP, we use NLP, and these algorithms go through an entire course ka content and themselves bracket ki is course mein ye wale skills develop ho rahe hain. So in essence, for each course, we have associated skills to each course. Similarly, when a student goes and takes a course, we have got assignments. When the student takes an assignment, we are able to assess ki student ka level kya hai. Are they at a beginner level, intermediate level, advanced level? And uske basis pe we are able to get a sense of their proficiency as well. हम ये data यहाँ पे आपको present कर रहे हैं in this dashboard, and we have collected this skill data at 3 levels. We've got 3 taxonomies of skills. The first is the broadest, which is the domain level, which you are seeing यहाँ पे. So data science, business, and computer science के 3 domains हैं. So in this organization, 39% of the learners are developing skills in data science. Within data science, हम देख सकते हैं इनकी proficiency level क्या है. That is about 97 learners at a beginner level, whereas 7 are at an advanced level in this particular in data science. When we scroll down, we reach the second level. After domain level, the next is the competency level. So data science ke andar machine learning mein how many students are really developing skills in machine learning basis the courses that they have taken. So here we have 152 students who are at beginner level, and we have about 8 who are at an advanced level. And the most granular level over here is really what we call the skill level. So in machine learning algorithms specifically, what is the breakdown of proficiency? आप इसमें देख पाएंगे which are the top courses which are contributing to the development of skills across these domains as well. You'd be able to see that data. So इसके अलावा we've got what we call the distribution dashboard, which is actually it's not loaded. I just let this one load. So distribution dashboard, आपके सारे Marwari University students across all the skills, what is the same distribution. You can choose to see this at a program level and at a competency level also. आप देख पाएंगे what are the skills that students are developing and what are the median hours to mastery. कि अगर इस organization में लोगों ने ले लिए courses, then so for example, when it comes to something like software engineering, generally 6 hours of effort is required to be at a conversant level, whereas about 20 hours is required to become at an intermediate level. Whereas in something like statistics and probability, 5 ghante are for a conversant level, but students have spent learners have had to spend 236 hours to get advanced in it. So you'll be able to assess what is the kind of effort that they're putting in. Isi light mein we've got what we call the learner effort dashboard. This will be very relevant for you. Isme aap dekh payenge basically the total number of assessments completed per skill, the average assessments, as well as the average hours spent learning per skill. So you can filter this out. And the last I'll just touch upon, and I'll request you to go through the others yourself. This is called skills breakdown. If you want to see for a particular skill, how many students are developing skills in Amazon Web Services or in anything else which is relevant, up data science, you can pick the most relevant skill. You'll be able to see this data over here. You'll also be able to see which are the courses contributing most to the skill. How many students are masters? Masters are students who are at an intermediate and advanced level. And उनके नाम भी यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे कि ये students are actually masters in this skill. Tomorrow, when you have organizations coming to hire, you'll straight away be able to see that these are the students who are ready with these skills because of the courses that they have taken. So with that, a lot of information has been shared with you today. I'm going to just pause here now and stop sharing my screen and ask if there are any questions. There was a lot of information over here for all of you, and I thank you for your patience and cooperation so far. Professor Tapan, Dr. Sridharan, any questions you might have for me in regards to the training or otherwise, which I can answer for you? I'll be more than happy.
Well, it seems that nobody has a question at this moment, but we will surely share this recording, and we'll try to exercise this also, because the real challenge will arise when we try to enroll learners.
You're
and
right,
at that time, we will be able to see what is happening. So we will share the feedback at that time.
Sure, Professor Tapan, that makes sense. I also want to add we have this particular course also which we can enroll faculty in. What we went through right now, it's also broken down by a smaller format, bite-sized learning. So in case any members could not make it today and you prefer that we actually have them invited to the course, of course, recording to Hey, we can do that and they'll be able to go through the entire experience. So I mentioned this is something that faculty will be most comfortable with when they start playing around. जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं. So that makes sense, Professor Tapan.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
ma'am. You talked about catalog creation, like ad collection, and also that is to be done semester wise, sem 1, 2, 3, like whatever semesters we are offering courses. Let's say I have selected 2 courses for semester 1 and 2 courses for semester 2. Will semester 1 students be able to see what courses I am offering to the semester 2 students also?
Yes.
Because
whatever you put up.
because the thing is that I do not want to create confusion in the in that regard. Like if the students are getting a message invitation and when they join the course, they join the program and they are able to see different courses available, like semester 1, semester 2. Maybe there are chances that they may make mistake and select any of the courses that are listed there. Like they are not aware of they have to select this semester 1 courses which are being offered to them only. So if I want to hide that, I want to know that they are only being offered only these 2 courses, and those courses they are supposed to join. Is this possible?
So, Dr. Ashish, you create the program and you have multiple collections, anybody who's invited to the program will be able to see those collections. So अगर आपने semester 1 and 2 students दोनों को invite कर रखा है, then they will both see semester 1 and 2. This is a conversation that regarding the structure I would be having with Professor Tapan. If we find the need to have multiple programs by semester, but that will add more management at your end. That is one thing. But in case you have students who are joining over time, कि पहले आप सिर्फ semester 1 students को बुला रहे हैं, semester 2 students will come in later, then you would add a collection for semester 2 later. So अब अभी सिर्फ semester 1 का students का collection बनाएंगे, and once the students are done, then you will add semester 2. But that is assuming that it is not happening at the same time, semester 1 and 2. But Professor Tapan and I would be discussing this in order to make sure that it's very convenient basis the use cases of faculty. So I guess you can expect a response in terms of a best practice and what we will create from Professor Tapan. But I hope that answers your question. So.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. That is right. Like I can add the courses at a time so that there is no confusion in students. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
That's preferred. Any more questions any other professors might have? Else we'd be happy to give you your time back. It is time, but if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and please do ask. All right. So, Professor Tapan, with that should be.
Yeah, that should be the end of the meeting. We can end this meeting now. And thank you for highlighting all the features, because we used this before 6 months. So in last 6 months, a lot of features have been added, and I can see those. I can see those features in our existing portal also. So thank you, Ms. Yajini, for this training. And now I think we are ready to go. So we will launch this portal tomorrow.
Yes, it'll be live tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and wonderful experience. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sridharan.
Okay. Thank you for a nice informative session.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.